Yeah, so when I first got this equipment, I literally sat in a room for like an hour just talking to myself. 'Cause I loved the way like I could hear myself and
Yeah,
like hear the quality of the microphone.
yeah, definitely.
I thought it was sick, dude. I thought it was so sick.
Feel,
Um,
yeah, I feel like all the people that I see that I think are really cool that do podcasts and like sports analysts and stuff like that.
yeah,
Now I'm one of them.
dude,
So
you are him, bro.
yeah.
What's it like having like the coaching headset on? Is it like this?
So you only got one on here. So sometimes it's very difficult to hear what they're saying actually, especially when multiple people talk at the same time. And the portaphone is what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
They're like I don't know how old they are, but sometimes the quality is terrible. It just depends. Like if it's a windy game, definitely picks up on it. Depending on how many people are at the game,
Mm.
like the crowd, obviously we don't have a huge crowd,
No.
but like the announcers on the speaker, sometimes it's very difficult to concentrate.
So they just like pick up everything. They pick up all.
Honestly, the microphone is pretty impressive. I won't lie to you.
Wow.
But
They should get like a. I need to actually get one for these mics, like the filler, like the wind resistant things.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because you can hear like the P's.
yeah. Get
So
some emphasis.
yeah, I really have to. I actually have to take it through like an audio editor because I need to like get rid of all the wind sounds when when I record these podcasts.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
So how is that? Because I just now started getting into photoshopping things. I
really.
started, yeah. So I one of my new things that I picked up on was the college football team builder. I made a team. You get to you import it into the game,
Hmm.
and just like for me, I always loved like the old Nike ID website where you go and customize shoes and stuff like that. I was
Yeah,
one of those kids in the back of the classroom. I just go and customize shoes the whole time.
that's cool.
So like making teams and then like I go on and like chat GPT generate this logo with these colors in it and stuff like that and like kind of translate it in between chat GPT and the college football builders. So I'd go and I got like Adobe,
Photoshop.
Adobe Photoshop or whatever it's actually called.
I think it's, I think it's what I think it's what it's called. Yeah.
Uh, you go in there and like Photoshop it and take the background off and put it on the helmet and stuff like that. So I just got into this, so I'm starting to realize how difficult that is, and
It's
I'm
so hard.
like editing a video, but also with audio. Like I don't know. It
You
seems super
you
tedious.
learn a lot of like tricks and tips along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, you just do. Comes with the job, you know.
Yeah. For
I mean,
sure.
I've been doing YouTube since 2016. And like I'd say the last like 2 years I've taken massive leaps, but I'd say that this last like 8 months I've just taken a massive leap in my editing style.
Yeah.
If you go, well, actually you can't anymore. I had a little scandal with my high school, and so I took down all my high school videos. But if I show you some of my high school videos, they're trash. I mean, they're genuinely just terrible. But I'd say like the last like 8 months, my videos have been like, I think like that one thing I'm striving for, I guess, on my channel is to be one of the most consistent sports channels because there's so many sports channels and like people that do like day in the lives and it's high quality, but they post
Yeah.
like once every 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be someone that can post 2 videos a week, every short, like a short every day.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to be like the most, that's what I want to be the most consistent and high quality sports channel I can be, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. So, and it just kind of sucks that like for me the college aspect's over for it. You know, I only have a
Yeah.
year left.
Yeah. Well, you could go like you guys go do content in Miami and go do content in BG and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
feel like you can collab with media teams.
Yeah, I mean that was always gonna be like the future long the game plan, but I'm just saying like in terms of my playing career,
Oh yeah,
like it's
yeah.
just like it's over.
Yeah. The day it hits you, when it's over, is really like it really sucks because it's like your whole life has only been football. At least personally for me, I'm sure you feel the same way. Like
Hmm.
your goal was, personally, my goal was I'm gonna go somewhere where I can. Football is gonna take me to get to a school, get a scholarship, get this and that. So when it ended, I kind of felt like now I don't. Not that I don't have a purpose, but like the
A piece of
purpose.
yourself is gone.
Yeah, but the purpose that I was chasing is now gone. So what am I now after football? And I kind of coped with that until like sophomore year. But then once I saw um, senior bonfire, all the dudes leaving, the game over, it kind of hit me again because I came in with the guys and I'm like, wow, these dudes have been a part of my life for last 4 years. I'm not even playing, and I kind of felt that same feeling again. So it's like I don't know. It's a difficult feeling, but
Yeah.
as long as I feel like if you find ways to, I mean, if you're gonna keep continuing to do content, like keep that in your heart, I feel like it'll be easy transition for you.
For sure. For me, my dream at high school was to use content creation to play football as long as I can, because I knew from the get go I wasn't the most athletic kid. I mean, I couldn't even catch a football. Like I literally used to go like this. Like I was like through my hands. Like
Yeah.
so unathletic, so uncoordinated, and like I'm still not the most athletic dude, but I've worked my tail off to get where I'm at.
Yeah.
And so my goal was to use content to play football as long as I can, and got to college, started making content, dealt with all the baloney along the way, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still in shock. Like third week of October, this content creator I met through a amateur practice over the summer. He's given me a huge opportunity to like work for him while I play, while I make my own content. And it's like, I just can't pass on that. I mean, and that
Definitely not.
literally is my dream, like playing football while working for other content creators, collabing. It's great when you collab with others. To have a friend that knows what you're going through in terms of social media and stuff like that. Because I mean, I've met a lot of creators, but they just don't. A lot of them don't take it seriously as I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my entire life. So I mean, I'm really blessed, but like it's just hard to be grateful. Like when you feel like the, I guess what's the word, like traditional or stereotypical. Like the path is what you play high school ball, you play college, and then you go get your career and you're done playing. It's whatever, or you go to the pros.
Yeah.
But it's like foregoing I'm foregoing my last season to play amateur ball. Like it's like that's just so not like what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, be different.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've always been. I mean, I've never followed the crowd in a way. Man.
So is that content creator? Is that Pac Money Benny? Is that the dude?
Yeah. I owe that guy so much. Like he's been, so truthfully, when I left Mount Union, and like I'm gonna say this because I left, right?
Mm-hmm.
They told me that I couldn't make content if I still went to school there and play football there, and that was like the biggest reason I left, or probably is the reason. And like I was really, really lost. I came to Bluffton. I did not want to be here.
Yeah.
I loved Mount. Mount was a great school. I was happy with my friends that I had, and I was happy to be on the team, no matter if I was going to play or not. Like it was a great atmosphere, very positive, lots of opportunities, lots of student engagement, stuff like that. And so I was like, man, I'm just sitting in Brendel, like first floor, just like, it's a dorm here on campus, if you guys didn't know. And I'm just like, man, like my whole life's just uprooted. Like, and I'm back in, cause I live 20 minutes from here. So I'd known Bluffton, when I still went to high school in Arlington. I drive to Bluffton to get fast food. Like I'm from this area, and I'm like, I loved being 2.5 hours away. I loved being out and about at Mount Union, and just like, it just sucks to be back in this area. And, meeting Ben over the summer after fighting through an awful spring semester here at Bluffton, it was just like it was a breath of fresh air to meet Ben. I mean, that guy has been such a positive role model. He pushes me and he critiques me. So I mean, the guy's a great guy. He really is.
That's awesome.
I doubt he's watching this though. So, but screw you if you are.
Yeah, you never know. Let's insult him.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, no. But I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
So you reached out about me. You want to make content. What kind of content? Like, do you want to make videos, or do you want to just more like make graphics in Photoshop, or what do you want to do?
I'm not sure, honestly. I see a lot of things on social media, and I've never like really put myself out there on like a widespread platform.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just want to change. I want to do something that's going to benefit me. I want to coach. Like I want to put myself out there to anyone to see. I want to, make, fitness video, maybe not fitness videos, but like quarterbacking videos. If you don't know, I'm a quarterback coach here. I guess.
A little plug there,
Plug myself. But maybe like technique videos. But just, I don't know, anything, put myself out there. I guess I can, one thing I wanted to do, I worked in the food truck over the summer.
Tell me about that. You told me about that.
One thing I wanted to do was buy one of those little the ones where you can put your phone on your chest right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you can kind of show what you're making. I wanted to do that so bad, but it was so greasy, and the steam that would come off, it would completely like ruin your camera. So I didn't end up doing that, but
Why don't you like the GoPro and put it on your forehead?
So I did think about doing that, but so our food truck, it was like a cat bus, like a miniature cat bus,
Mm.
like conversion to a food truck. So it's very small. I'm not that tall of a guy. I'm gonna say 6 foot. I'm like 5'11", 3/4. I'll give myself a little boost.
Yeah.
But it was like right here, and there's also like a hood, like a steam hood, so it traps the steam, shoots it out at the top. So I hit my head on that thing so many times to where the hood is like right here. You wouldn't be able to see like anything. So
Oh,
I wanted to do it, and then I was like, you know what, this is I just won't end up doing it. But I don't know. I just want to change. I feel like I also you talked about the way kind of like a shell of yourself, I guess, when you're maybe not a shell of yourself, but like that spring semester that you had. I kind of felt the same way. So I just feel like it's my duty for myself to do something to change what I'm doing to better myself. So I don't know. I don't know what direction I want to go in. I don't know what I want to do. I just
yeah.
think it seems super fun,
Yeah.
and I want to impact people.
Yeah,
So
it's a blast. Like, well, I have two ways I want to go with this conversation now.
great.
So like for me, to self, so we're talking about me first.
Yeah.
I mean, I've brought so many recruits to Mount Union and Bluffton. I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of kids that DM me every day be like, "Hey, like, what is Bluffton like? What's Mount Union like? Why'd you leave Mount Union? Why are you quitting Bluffton?"
Hmm.
Like, just I get all the questions and like what gear, like just anything you can think of with college football, and that's just a huge blessing to me. Like the fact that I
Yeah.
have that much engagement with others. Now with you, right? College football could be the avenue for you in a way, right? If you
Hmm.
if you coach, I'm sure kids will reach out to you on Twitter and be like, "Hey, I want to come to this program, whatever you're working for."
Yeah.
And also, well, do you think Nardo's going to set you up with a job?
I would hope so. Yeah. I have another year to coach. We kind of started talking about that. He said he'd help me out.
Really?
Um, I would trust that Coach Nardo would help me out. I think he's got a lot of experience, knows a lot of people. Um, so that'd be awesome. I respect Coach Nardo a lot. I think he's got a lot of knowledge. I think he could help me do something awesome.
Yeah,
But I mean, everything is about relationships. That's what we've been. I
a-
mean, you know that
absolutely.
everything's about relationships. So just him knowing people that know people that know people, also other people that I know. Um, but yeah, I hope college football is the avenue for me because I'd love to go
Yeah.
help a program, winning program. Like I'd love to be a part of something great.
Are
So
you willing to travel and stuff? Like, are you like? 'Cause I mean, I feel like it's a lot of traveling with that, right?
um, yeah, if the situation's right, I'm willing to go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't personally, I haven't been a part of a a super successful program. I love the programs that I've been to. My high school, we were middle of the pack each year. We had a few good years, but no playoff run, none of this. Bluffton, we're middle of the pack, lower end of our conference. So I haven't been a part of something traditionally great, and I'd love to. If it's across the country, I go to D3 school that's winning, and I can be a part of something like that, just to get that winning culture, be a part of something. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'd love to go wherever college football takes me. I'll go there.
Heck yeah.
So
I mean, like being a part of Mount Union, which is like the Alabama of D3.
yeah, definitely.
It was a blessing. Like I said, I loved the culture there. Everyone was like super positive, and I really do miss it. And like I mean, I can't imagine what the coaching perspective is like because it's kind of your job to keep that culture and keep that perspective, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, I hope you get a job at Mount Union, bro. I hope you get a job
I
somewhere like
appreciate
at
it.
a big program where you can, you get some wins and be around it because it's a blessing. It really like I miss those guys a lot. I really do.
Yeah,
I'd probably still give it a year if I was in the same situation now, but at Mount, I'd probably would still give it a year to Mount because it was just the boys, man.
no, for sure.
Like you guys say, the guys, like my
Yeah,
boys, man.
yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah,
And that's a tough thing. They said they wouldn't let you do content. Certain point, I get it because that's a program where, like, as a coach, you have standards, and you want to be all in on football with zero distractions, and that's how you win.
hmm
So I kind of sucks that that's what you wanted to do, and they're like, yeah, you can't do this anymore.
yeah,
But I don't know. You kind of brought that up, and I was thinking, and there's always two sides to everything a little bit.
of
So
course. I mean, I'm
no,
not
but I
mad at
feel,
them.
oh yeah, definitely. But I was like, oh, that would really suck. Like that's your dream, and they're not. gonna support what you want to do. It's kind of the same thing here. They don't want you to do anything extra, which I totally understand from a coaching
Yeah.
point, but also
Because
it's like,
it is a full-time job in a way.
yeah,
Because college
definitely.
football is like, it has to be 100% your attention. And I have the passion for football. Like, in a way, I would be willing to give it up, but I know I'm not going to make it past college, like in terms of like
Yeah.
a pro contract and anything like that. And if I was like actually had a chance at playing, like when it was me and Hunter battling for the number 2 spot,
Yeah.
my content, I didn't make I actually made a bunch of content in August to prepare for those 2 or 3 weeks where I was going to be competing for a job. And
Yeah.
truthfully, if I would have been the backup to EB this season, I probably wouldn't have made as much content. But because I was a third string, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna focus on my content this season.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
Understandable. Yeah.
yeah, it just kind of like, I mean, it wasn't worth it for me to be third string and mope and just wait and hopefully start and then not do content. Like I gotta keep things rolling.
Yeah. You can't have your life be in someone else's hands.
Yeah, exactly. And that's no reason I'm taking this opportunity. It's like I just can't risk coming back and competing for a job. I know EB is gonna be gone now, right? He's a 5th-year senior that played here. For those who didn't know, I can't risk going and competing when I have guaranteed money on the table.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I still get to play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and actually get to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than just
sure.
hold.
Hey, at least you were good at it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, dude. I didn't realize how much love I would get for being the holder. I mean, everyone was hyping me up. Like everyone was like, always like,
Yeah. Well, it's one of those jobs that gets no recognition, but when you do mess up, that's when everyone's like, "Oh, that's your one job."
well, I feel like I love Kale, our long snapper, but there was a couple snaps in game where it was hard to catch, or they were a little bit outside my body frame, but I still got the ball down, and I was like, yeah, Caleb. I'm like, thank you. I didn't realize,
You never understand how much pressure it is to be the one holding the kick until you're in the position. I did it like twice in high school, and my heart was beating faster holding than I was behind, like under center. And I was like, why does that make any sense? Like,
Yeah. Well, I think it's because there's like 3 different movements. You have to catch the ball in a way to be able to get the bring it down to then place it for the kicker to perfectly, because it has to be put down perfectly with laces out. And like if you catch it weird, then you're like bobbling it, dude. There's so many like ways I can mess up. But thankfully, Kale is a great. That's the with Kale. He has a great spiral. When I catch it, I can just put it down. The laces are already out.
Yeah.
So Kale's pretty good about like, I don't know how he does it, but every time I caught it from Kale, the laces were already out. So shout out to Kale, man.
Big Country does his job.
Big
very
country.
well.
You call him Big Country?
Yeah, Big Country.
Is he a country guy?
I personally don't know very much about Kale. I just go, a nickname sticks. You don't know why a nickname sticks, but
Big Country.
it's there.
I only see the guy in like hoodie and sweatpants. I didn't even know he was like a country, Southern man. Oh man. So what's kind of been like you've been coaching for how long now? 3 seasons?
This is my 3rd season.
What's been like your proudest moment, you think, as a coach? 'Cause I mean, like it's weird because you're a student assistant, right? And you're the same age as us, but it's like you are working with those QBs every day. What was it like coaching X?
Coaching, personally, I never really
5th-year
got
senior,
to-
by the way. That was last year.
Yeah, Xavier Rayero.
Yeah.
Apologies. Shout out to X. He was pretty good. So last year we had a quarterback coach. His name was Evan Williams.
Oh.
So I was just student assistant. I was there. I'd do whatever was asked of me. X was awesome. He had it's always difficult as a grad transfer to played 4 years at Hiram. It's always difficult to, you've known a certain system to then pick yourself up, place you in a different program, and then try to learn everything and be fluent within the offense. Same thing that Evan did this year. He didn't play 4 years in a program, but he came from a different program. He was put here, and then he was the guy. I mean, Donnie started, but he ended up being the guy. So it's kind of difficult to pick yourself up and put you in a different system. But yeah, my proudest moment, I would say just, I don't know. I think I like being honest with the guys, especially in a position now where I don't have I try not to have any superiority over anybody because we are the same age and I'm still a student, just the same as all these guys. But just them trusting me. I ask for feedback, and I just want the guys to respect what I have to say, because I don't they're the ones playing, obviously. But I feel like I know certain things that can help them improve their game, and just certain footwork things that I can see throughout the week. Their feet looking more crisp, faster. Um, just one thing I always think about, and I guess I don't really express this to the guys, is you don't want to be robotic, but you want to have like a system that's kind of robotic, if that makes sense. Like you don't want to play quarterback robotic. You want to play athletic, but you want to, like, for this play, your footwork, this should be robotic to you because you've done it so many times.
Like muscle
Yes,
memory.
yeah, exactly, like muscle memory.
Yeah.
So just seeing the improvement in their feet, and just I don't know, just having the product and practice translate to the field. Or one thing that I really like is, there's been a few times where I'd talk about stuff during practice, and I'd go watch film, and Coach Nardo would say something that I say in practice, and I'm just like,
Yes.
like I was right this time. Like
This time.
so, yeah. So I guess that would probably be my proudest moment. Actually, second proudest moment that I had was catching that punt with one hand on Cincinnati's field.
Yeah, I was like,
that
this
was-
man's a freak.
Yeah, that was probably my. I guess that isn't even a quarterback coach moment, but
Athletic
that one,
moment.
That one made me feel pretty good.
Well, because when I saw that, I was like, if we had this man playing QB this year, I was like, this man's a freak athlete. Cause I've seen you throw like perfect spirals, go like 50, like you've had like what, 4 collarbone or shoulder surgeries?
Yeah, so I've had start of the collarbone issues. I was not blessed with very good collarbone genetics, if that makes any sense. I got some pretty fragile clavicles in my body. So when I was like, my first year I ever wrestled, I was in second grade, I think. Broke my right collarbone, first time ever, and I was like, oh, I didn't think anything of it. Then fast forward sophomore year, high school, in practice, I broke my left one. And I had to have surgery on it. I had to have a plate put in it. Fast forward to senior year of high school, we were playing Delaware Hayes, and I literally just got like pushed out of bounds, and I fell, and I went to brace myself like this. Didn't even get hit, didn't get landed on or anything. It just broke, and I was like,
What the heck?
I was like, oh my gosh, like that doesn't even make any sense. So then I have surgery again, have the plate removed, another plate put back in, and I'm working my tail off to get here, and I got my only offer was here, and I was like, this is what I've been working for, like this whole summer. I put the most work in I've ever put in my life, and I gained like 20 pounds to come here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling great. First JV game of my collegiate career, we were at Heidelberg, and I took a few hits. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm good. Like I'm feeling great, and I get crunched and I break it again. So that's just a little story. But I realize I don't like playing would've, could've, should've kind of things, because it's like, would I love to play here, and do I think I could succeed? Yes, 100%. But now that I'm like in a coaching standpoint, I don't want to just sit here and be like, I could start over you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
In a perfect world, would I be able to come here and have success and play? Yeah, I'd love to say that I would be able to do that. But
Yeah.
I respect the guys in the QB room. I don't want to say that.
Yeah. I just love the way you throw a ball. I love your spiral. Like I as a receiver, you can admire some QB throws, and you have that spiral that when you catch it, you feel your hand spin with it.
Yeah.
With Evan, he has a good spiral, but his ball just comes at you, which is great. But I rather because when the spiral comes at you, it sticks to your hands more. It makes you snap into it. Or Evan, it's you just don't want it to bounce off your hands.
Yeah.
That's the comparison, because Evan was starting QB.
Yeah, 100%.
When I played with the All-American and I got to catch some balls from him at Mount Union, his was hard, fast, accurate. I mean, he was the perfect quarterback, and
Yeah.
he almost was so good that it was hard to catch in a way, because your hands had to be just oh man. I wish he could have came here, and I wish you could see him throw, because he was insane. And then I also played with a 7th-year senior quarterback who played
Cam Rising action going on.
he had 3 seasons at Akron, 2 years at Sul Ross State, and he's playing his last year this year at Mount Union. named TJ DeShields. Super cool guy. I love the guy. I actually interviewed him.
Nice.
He throws the ball like soft, and it's like a tender, like loving warmth when you catch it.
Yeah.
I love that guy, TJ DeShields, man.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and then another question: when we made our QB switch this season, were you part of that decision at all?
No, I was not. We talk about certain things. I don't, since I'm a student assistant, I guess I don't really hold any weight
Well,
to
I
any
just feel like you have
decision.
more because I think you had more power than the average student assistant because like you get to go in with the QBs one on one and do their own drills and
Yeah.
like like that's crazy as a student assistant because most student assistants just fill up waters and record.
Yeah.
You know.
So I guess I didn't really hold any weight in the decision. And I'm kind of glad for that. I don't want to want to do that yet.
Mm.
One thing that I think that I won't say that I regret, but I didn't want to step on any toes. I wanted to let Coach Nardo run it because it's his offense. He's the head coach. He's the quarterback coaches, or he's the quarterback coach. Like, and I kind of just wanted to learn underneath him. I didn't want to put my foot in and make any decisions. But I'd talk to him about it, and I'd listen to him, and I'd give him input and stuff like that. And we agreed. We agreed on certain things. But I kind of had an idea that would happen. I mean, it's I'm sure a lot of people did, and it's kind of difficult to not think that way after that kind of game.
Yeah.
But which it sucks. It sucks to just have that situation in general, is because it's you don't want to disrespect the dude that you're gonna sit. You don't want to ruin his confidence, which it's just especially at quarterback where you want to have trust. As a quarterback, you want to trust your coach, and as a coach, you want to be able to trust your quarterback. So anything in between that kind of ruins that, not ruins a relationship, but it negatively impacts the relationship, is pretty difficult. But yeah, I didn't have any. I didn't say anything, or I guess I didn't have any like official. I didn't have an official statement when it came to
Gotcha.
Samson.
You didn't put anything on Instagram being like, sorry, we're going forward with this guy.
Yeah, I didn't put on Twitter. I put a Twitter thread on there.
That's funny, man. So
Excuse me.
do you want to carry on with the football stuff, or do you want to move on?
Whatever you got.
I got so much.
Actually, one thing I mentioned it before we started. I saw your podcast where my Dallas Cowboys sent you a picture of the 2022 roster and the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Yeah, from different years. Like we got the 2022 Cowboys, the 2023 cheerleaders, and then the 2024 to 25 schedule.
I saw that,
They sent it to us.
and I was like, first of all, disappointed because I've been to Jerry World, nicest place I've ever been in my life. So disappointing. It's like you put so much effort into that place, and you can't even can't send dude to.
Yeah. Well, we were gonna make a full video of we emailed all 32 teams, and we found every single email on the internet. Over half of them didn't even work anymore. A couple of them were shut down because we emailed them in the off season, so they only work in the in season. And we had like 7 emails back saying, basically no, and then 3 were like, maybe send us your address. And we got the Raiders sending us a little postcard, and then the Cowboys sent us that big old packet of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, why that? Like we kept making jokes saying that they just like it's out of their trash drawer like before they shred it. Like, give me that. Like, why the 2022 team? Why the 2023 cheerleaders? And why a small thing of the schedule? Like, why that?
Yeah.
You know.
That's,
I mean, hey, it's still cool they sent us stuff though.
Yeah.
Like, but they spelled like. The reason it took so long to get to us is because they spelled it wrong. They called it. So I live in Arlington. They called it Arrington. They didn't type.
Oh.
It was a typo, and so like that's why like it took so long to get to us.
Oh, nice. You guys were like, if this is tickets to the beginning of the year, that would be so mad.
Yeah.
You imagine that?
Yeah, I would have skipped our first game. Truthfully, I would have skipped it. I would.
No, I actually went to that game, that Browns Cowboys game.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I didn't go to the Sunday meetings. That's
Wow.
on me. That's on me.
What would Nardo say? What would he say about that? Did you tell him?
I didn't tell him I was going to the game, but I told him that I wasn't going to be there, and he was like, "That's fine." So
Dang.
it was an experience with my father So
Shout out to dads, man. Shout out to all the dads in the world.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. I have a fun question to ask you now.
All right.
What was the last thing you Googled? Last thing you Googled?
Last thing I Googled,
Yeah.
dude, I can't even remember. I think it was probably. Oh, I did an assignment on. I'm taking this class and I did an assignment.
Most boring answer. No,
No,
I'm just playing with
it
you.
is a boring answer. It was how to protect your data online. And I looked up a term and it was the studies of like information on the internet. That's the last thing I looked up.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty boring.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
that's pretty
pretty
boring.
terrible.
I might have to
answer.
make that into a short for the Instagram.
Yeah. It's a fun answer. You can make this into a short too. I looked up. Actually, I won't even say that. I was gonna say something crazy. Never
It's not in the pocket.
mind. Yeah, I won't even.
That's
say
funny.
that.
So wait, how far are you from Bluffton? Then? Like, how far are you from? Like, where are you from?
So I live in Mount Vernon, Ohio, which is 15 minutes northeast of Columbus.
Okay.
So it's about an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It depends how fast you drive. I'm not saying I'm a demon. I drive fast, but I can usually cut like 10 minutes off.
Heck yeah.
But,
And like, do you feel like you have more friends and family back home, or like, do you feel like you have a good amount, like equal amount here and back home?
Yeah. So all my family's there. I guess all my family's central to Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
I got a few family members that I guess my grandpa lives in North Carolina.
Oh.
He moved away probably 7 or 8 years ago. I made some pretty good friends up here. My best friend Gavin, we came here to play college football together. So he came here. And I was living with him for about. I guess he graduated early because he's smarty pants.
Dang.
He graduated
He left
last
you
year.
behind.
He did leave me behind. I don't blame him.
Did he play or?
Yeah, he played Y. He was a second string Y, and didn't play. He got like 8 snaps, I think.
Wow. This last season he played?
Yeah.
Well, so it was him, EB, and Kale?
Yeah. So that's the most difficult spot. Also, Kale and EB were both seniors, so he was kind of terrible spot to be in. Like,
But wasn't Gavin also considered like a senior? Or was he considered a junior?
yeah, he was a junior. So
But like, did the coach know he was done, like it was last season?
no, he's an idiot. He didn't communicate that with him.
So like, so he just graduated a whole year early?
Yeah, he came in with College Credit Plus, which is so we have a Central Ohio Technical College in Mount Vernon. So he went and did that.
Nice. Bill Smarty Pants. What's he doing now?
He's last I heard from him, I think he's working in Hilliard, Ohio, and he does like pond treatments. So he'll go and like test the water and
Dang.
something. I don't know. He's a very unorthodox person. I'll give it to him. Gavin is. I wish you could meet Gavin because Gavin is one of the most interesting people you will ever meet. So so different. He could be the Dos Equis man.
Was he a good athlete though? Was he a good athlete?
Yeah,
Do you think he would have been like the backup this year if he would have stayed?
Yeah, for sure. I think he would got some reps for sure.
Yeah. That sucks, man. I didn't hear anything about this dude. Was he here during the spring semester? Last year?
Oh yeah, he was. He just didn't play.
Oh, okay.
Because he's technically a senior. He didn't do any of the football stuff. So
Gotcha. But he was your best friend, but he doesn't talk to you anymore?
oh, we talk all the time. We're not like on a. I don't talk to him every single day.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I lived with him for 3 years. Love the dude. We just don't. I don't know. We never text back and forth all like.
That's how me and my best friend are. We text like, honestly, now that we do the podcast together, we only talk about like the business aspect anymore. And like, I let him know what's going on in my life. Like he was part of this whole like being done with college ball decision.
Mm-hmm.
But like Chris. I've been such a. I don't know. The older I get, the smaller my circle gets.
Yeah.
I'm just so, and also I don't think I have such a hard time relating to anyone my age because everybody just. I haven't met anybody that wants to work like I do. I love going to class. I enjoy making content. Like I like sitting in my room for hours and then editing videos and typing up my paper for school. Call me a nerd, I guess, but it's like a quote that really inspired me at a high school. I can't remember the exact quote, so I'm gonna paraphrase, but basically it's like if I want a different life than what the average person has, like why do the same things?
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I got to do something different, right?
Great quote.
So
Great quote.
there's a way better way to word it, but I just honestly can't remember. But I
Yeah.
think about it all the times, like I want to be different. Like I want to do this content creation stuff. I want to do I want to do what makes me happy because you only live once. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like why limit yourself? You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Someone clip that. That's great. That's great content right there.
I'm about to start crying.
Yeah, motivational. Truthfully, motivational. Goes crazy. Um. So I mean, what are your plans after graduation? Do you have any plans at all? I mean, you graduate after this next semester, right? Spring semester, right? So I mean, what are your plans?
So I graduate in December next year.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a big dummy that failed some classes.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I non-commemorable things. Don't ever do that. I yeah, there's some things I'm not proud of, which is just like Coach Nardo says passing classes is a choice and failing them is also a choice. 100% true. I see it on both sides. I just decided that I didn't care for a while after football. That's part of that process. I'm not gonna blame it on that because it's 100% on me. Like that was stupid. Now that I'm here, I'm like I gotta cram things in, get some hours and semesters and stuff like that, and it's a pain. Extra money, gotta take a summer class. Very stupid. So if you're going to college, thinking about going to college, don't do that.
I feel like every freshman makes that mistake of like, oh, like I felt like because high school was easy. You could not show up and still pass. I knew a girl that like she missed 3/4 of the school year and still graduated with us. She had like a .7 GPA, and now she's like in a career technical school. Like she still got into like a college. It's like that's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Well, yeah, and
Well, it's really because of COVID that ruined everything. But yeah,
yeah, there was COVID's great. Just thinking back to that, there are dudes that I know that they didn't do a lick of the online stuff, but they had to pass us, which is crazy.
yeah.
But
I tried so hard during COVID too. I'm like, I'm gonna do everything right, and like it didn't even matter.
yeah, you didn't even have to.
Yeah.
We went
My
off on a tangent.
oh, go ahead.
We went off on a tangent. My plans, I got graduate in December, which is kind of a good timeline because GA. I want to go be a GA somewhere. I'm not sure where that's gonna be. I gotta do some. Too far in the future for me to think of right now.
Gotcha.
So, but usually in the spring semesters when new GAs get hired. So once that fall season ends next year, I will definitely be doing some research. So I got to apply for a GA spot somewhere, but also have to apply for into the master's program. So that's my plans. I guess I didn't really need to interrupt you for that.
You're all good.
But yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Go somewhere. I want to go somewhere unique, but also somewhere that like.
So you want to travel? Like you want to go away?
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I think unique as in like something that I haven't experienced. It doesn't even need to be anywhere far away.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I also want to learn. That's the biggest thing is I think being a coach, especially on the offensive side of the ball. There's so many things. Game evolves every year. You see things that people do, pro, college. You see everything, and it's a copycat league. So I just want to learn so much. Like I want to be able to just take knowledge from a bunch of different spots and be able to combine it and kind of make it my own thing.
You should honestly bring the rugby lateral to college or pro football. Like you should install an offense where it's just a bunch of pitching the ball and like everything's an option, lots of hook and ladders. Like you should do, like I think that would really change the game. And I see it all the time on Instagram. You gotta be the coach that does it.
Just a straight lateral play. Like every single play that I'm gonna run is like
there's
the
some
game's
sort of
over.
pitching up. There's some some sort of pitch. Like it's a never-ending pitch game. Like make it like rugby.
Yeah, that would be so entertaining, but also I feel like
So risky, and you're not protecting the football at all.
yeah. So the first game that I do that and we fumble the ball like 6 times, I'm out of there.
Yeah, you're losing your job.
I'm gone. So
Yeah.
but it'd be pretty fun. I'll experiment.
Yeah, you got to do it for me, man. Call it the CF3 offense.
Yeah, if I can do it in college football in the video game, I can do it in real life.
I like that mentality.
It's so realistic.
Yeah.
That you're able to do that.
That's fun. So GA, man. Okay. So so you do want to. Oh, okay. So question. I know you have a girlfriend, right? So
Yes.
what's her? What like? Have you told her about these plans? Like
Yeah.
I always heard it's hard to have like a family while trying to do the coaching and stuff. I always heard it's really hard to do that.
Yeah. So I think so. I've had a girlfriend for upcoming 6 years. Her name's Emma. We
You
met.
better marry that woman.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
It's we talk about that kind of stuff. High school sweethearts. I met her.
Ooh.
Met in high school. We've always been best friends. Probably since middle school. But yeah, it's difficult. She's going to school for pharmacy. She goes to Finley. Very smart. Very committed to what she does. So I respect the hell out of her for everything that she does. So yeah, I don't know exactly how it's going to blend. I guess I have to figure out the actual place where I'm going to land. But that was your question, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just kind of like, because like I always think about that, like even with content creations, like how am I gonna maintain a partner or like a family while trying to do this?
Yeah. So we kind of have plans. I want to start a family when I'm ready to start a family. I'm not gonna
Rush or anything.
Yeah. I'm not gonna rush. One thing that we talked about doing was I want to travel, but also being a part of football is like you get to travel to different cities, depending on where you go. But same thing with getting married. I'd love to marry her right now, being honest, but
Okay.
I don't have the funds for that, and I also don't like asking people for money. I know that's a lot. That's a big part of marriage. Is a big part of the wedding is family members pay for things, but I'm kind of on like a financial clock, if that makes sense. So personally, I don't have the money to do that. Which I guess some people would say is BS. If I love her, I should marry her. Which 100% agree. But I want to do it and it be memorable and something that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
And something that I could look back on, 20, 30 years on the road, and I would be like, I'm like happy I did that. Like I'm proud of that. Something that someone else can look on and be like, I respect that. I want to do that. So. But yeah,
there's no clock. It's your time, man. It's your life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wait till you're 30, then you wait till you're 30, man. But
yeah. I agree. I know I shouldn't think that way, but that's just I can't shake it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's part of life, man. Being indecisive, it's part of life.
It'll be soon though, because she's gonna graduate. So Finley does a 6-year plan for pharmacy students, so it's basically undergrad and graduate school. So she's gonna graduate with a master's and. Now I kind of feel bad because it's either a master's or a doctorate. I forget. How can I not think about this right now?
It's probably your master's, because doctorate would be like a whole lot more, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably, yeah.
But no, she is going to graduate with a doctorate because she wants to be Dr. Long, not Dr. Jones, or she wants to have the last name figured out before, so she doesn't have a certificate that says Dr. Jones because her last name is Jones, and then be like.
Oh, so she wants your last name. Ooh.
Or she wants to figure it out for them.
The fact that she's demanding that, though, she's like, I need your last name before I become a doctor. That's like, you should respect that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's super cool.
Do.
Like, your girlfriend wants your last name on her like diploma. Yeah, that's sick.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's making my heart a little warm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can't even get a girl to stay with me for a week, and you over here got 6-year relationship. That's sick, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so. We're coming close to time. All
right.
Do you want to come back for another episode sometime?
Sure. I mean, this probably hasn't been the most entertaining, but I've enjoyed this so far. I enjoy just talking.
I mean, that's what podcasts are, man. People just be listening on people like to listen to other people's conversations and life experiences. I mean, I feel like we did a great job. Ankle just blew out and died.
But dude, I heard that was crazy.
But people like hearing that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And so to wrap up, to make this more CF3 themed, closing question for you, Britt. Right?
All right.
What are your thoughts, man, on like the decision I've made? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, I went to you for advice, about my journey and my decision. Like I haven't really told you everything, but like I played only 3 years of high school ball. 'Cause I was in the band my freshman year. It was weird. I grew up. I was the kid that was like really good at the artsy stuff, but like refused to be like no.
Yeah.
I was like, I played the flute and tuba. I was really good. My band director was so mad I didn't go play in college. But like, yeah, I loved football. I love the challenge of things. I think that's why I keep doing what I'm doing right now, is because I know I'm not the best at it, But like I love like the hate. I love like people's criticism, and like I love the challenge of just constantly climbing to get better. And that's why I love football so much, because you make that choice to keep getting back up, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I didn't even start until my senior year. I've been battling injuries, freshman, sophomore, and even this year I've been dealing with my hernias again and dealing with ankles and shin splints all season. Thankfully, I was able to at least dress all season and practice all season, because like I haven't had that in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, but I've had this opportunity to do content creation full time, whatever. So I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, from my viewers, like, just what are your thoughts, man? As an outsider, you know.
One thing, we had our senior bonfire, and I'll allude to this, is don't want to live in regret. So if you feel like this is what you want to do in the moment, do it, dude. Because if you look back and you're like, oh, that one in my senior year of college, I could have done this, and I didn't, and now I'm in this spot because I didn't. You're gonna look back and hate yourself. But I feel like if that's what you want to do, man, go ahead and do it. Like, you have an opportunity to set yourself up for success in the future. If you're passionate about it and you're passionate about doing this, then go ahead. I'll tell that to anybody. Be true to yourself. You know, do whatever you want to do. Honestly, I don't know. I respect it. I respect your decision, and feel like you do a really good job of siphoning out the hate and stuff like that. You kind of thrive off of it a little bit. So, yeah, definitely for you, for the viewers, do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever, you know, you have goals, you have aspirations to do things. Don't let other people's opinions hinder that. So, yeah, I respect it. Go be great. You're great. You got some connections for you that can help you out in the future. Awesome. Do what you got to do.
Fire. I love that. Now, you got to tune in, though, to the GoPro indoor footage when I post it. I'm going to go play my first game this Saturday.
What?
Yeah,
already?
Yeah, that's why I had to make this decision so soon. It's like I'm playing. I got like 5 games to play through from now till like first week of January. Like, I'm playing like 5 indoor games.
Really?
And then if we do good in those, there's a playoff. There's more indoor, and then there's more indoor to play from like March to May, and then I got outdoor in the summer. So I'm playing year-round football now.
What team are you on?
So I'm playing for Ohio Boom in Lima. Okay. And then I'm either going to play for the Columbus Glads or I'm going to play for the Flag City Phantoms. But I'll probably play for the Phantoms because they're in Findlay, and I live 15 minutes from Findlay. Yeah. But like the guy that I'm working with, he lives in Columbus, and it's like if we figure out something to do with our, you know, situation where I'm doing media content for him and I need to go down to Columbus to do that, then I guess I'm driving an hour and a half for every game, you know.
That's crazy, but that's so cool. I'm just thinking, I got some friends that play for the Mid Ohio Patriots. I don't know anything about it personally.
Are they amateur? Like amateur?
They're amateur. It's an amateur team, but that's actually sick. Like,
yeah, I'm basically getting paid to play football in a way.
Yeah,
man, I'm pumped about it.
Finally get paid for the work.
Yeah, for real. Rather than just doing, because with D3 there's just no scholarships or nothing, so it's like you're just doing it for the love of the game, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's like,
no, definitely not. That's
another reason I kind of separated myself too. It's like I can now, like, yeah, I'm giving up the title of college ball, but I actually get to go play, to play football and not just stand there. And I know I also get paid to do it. It's like,
you got to take it. You have to.
Yeah, I think it'd be silly not to. Everyone I've talked to outside football is like, dude, you gotta take it. And then everyone inside football has been like, but dude, we're gonna miss you. I'm like, yeah, right, okay, yeah, right, buddy, okay.
Of course they're gonna say that. They don't want you to leave.
Well, yeah, no, a lot of the freshmen came up to me and were like, man, I miss you. Made me feel pretty good. Because, I mean, I was like the JV warrior, man. Junior on JV warrior.
Yeah.
So, I only had 2 catches on JV.
Really?
I had 4 targets and 2 catches. They didn't, like, I started, but they pulled me out after the first drive, and that's it. I got 1 drive every JV game. Damn. I don't know why they didn't do it. Like, I don't know why. Well, a lot of we'd call a lot of stuff, and it wouldn't work out, whether because the line didn't block or the quarterback didn't know what he was doing, or just I'm over here. I know what I'm doing, but a lot of guys that play JV don't know what they're doing. So we don't got to get into it, but
yeah, JV's a tough one.
It's tough. But yeah, we'll close out. Do you have any socials you want to shout out or anything like that?
Or? My Twitter. I'll shout out my Twitter because I'm gonna start posting some stuff on there for coaching reasons. Just Britten Long _. That's it. I don't really have anything going on right now. But if I get the privilege to come on here for a second time, we'll see what's up.
But you're definitely coming back. Maybe after Thanksgiving break, maybe before. Again, okay. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
All right.
But yeah, guys, check out my socials. Link in description. I appreciate y'all for watching. Britt, do you have any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. It's my first podcast experience. So,
What would you rate it? What would you rate it?
I would say a 9 or a 10. And the only reason I'd say a 9, and I think the one on that's missing is on my part. So I didn't really come in prepared, didn't know what to expect. So I want to make a more entertaining one next time. I want to.
Heck yeah.
This is more of like not ice breaking.
Dipping your toes.
Yeah, ice break. But we just had a solid conversation. So I enjoyed that, just being able to talk about whatever.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for letting me.
Thank you
be
for
a part
coming
of
on.
this. Yeah, definitely.
Sure. All right, guys. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
See ya.